Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the CyberVerse Business Report podcast. I'm your host, Rodrigo Loureiro. In this episode, on this very first episode, I'm going to share with you my background. I'm going to share with you what you should be expecting on future episodes of this podcast, what types of people I will be interviewing and will be attending this podcast. I have spent the last 3 decades working in technology, and I say technology, with a purpose. I didn't say IT. I didn't say computers, just like Apple converted from Apple computers to just Apple. I believe that there is more to technology than just computers. There's more to technology than just IT. So my show is about technology, and in particular, of course, it's about the cyberverse. It's about the stories that I have to share with you about technology and the cyberverse. So how does it affect our lives? What are the major trends in technology today? Where is technology going, and where our society is going, how it will be our journey. So I'm going to talk about the business of technology and the technology of business. And we will see what's the commonality, but also what's the difference between the business of technology and the technology of business. All the trends that happen in technology and that happen in business. Also, what are the technology that are powering the change in our workplace, the irresistible trend towards our hybrid work model, where people can work from home, they can work from where they want to be, and they can continue to be productive so that we can contribute to the business, but people can also contribute to the business at the same time they can have better lives. So I have stories to tell. I have life experience to share with you about the technology, how the technology affects our world and each one of our lives. I spent the last 30 years working in technology, and not just really working. It's the passion. I am a technology person at heart. I'm what sometimes we will refer to as a nerd. I was that awkward kid that received their first computer when I was 12 years old. And then, I proceeded to spend the next few weeks locked up in my room just playing video games. But I got bored. I got bored with the video games. And then I started looking at my computer and what else can this thing do for me? That's really how I discovered, and when I discovered the transformative power of technology, what technology can do, what you can do with technology to better our lives, to improve our lives, to enhance our society, and to contribute for progress. I discovered software programming. I discovered computer programming. At the same time, I also discovered a little bit of hacking. How can you hack into computer system? But that's a topic for a different show. But that's really how I got started. That was in Lisbon, Portugal, where I grew up and where I did all my studies. That's where, as a young man wrapping up my university studies, I saw this big ad, a full-page ad on the biggest weekly newspaper in Lisbon. And we were in Lisbon, Portugal. We speak Portuguese, but this full-page ad on the biggest weekly newspaper in Lisbon, it was all in English. And what did this ad say? It said, "Want to travel the world? Join AMS." That was it. I sent in my resume. Couple of weeks later, they asked me in for an interview. I remember it so well. It was 9 a.m. Saturday, and there I was with a group of people locked in a room. We were there all day long, and at the end of the day, I got a job offer. Following week, I was on a plane to Denver, Colorado, and over the next few years, I traveled the 4 continents. I traveled 30 plus countries, and that's the journey I want to share with you. The stories and the experiences that I had. For example, about 15 years ago, I was the chief architect in my company. I was sitting in my office, and then Mike walks in. Mike, the general manager at my company at the time, and he walks into my office, and he never walks into my office. So I was wondering what this was all about. And then he looks at me and he says, "Rodrigo, we have a big bank coming in tomorrow. We have a big business opportunity, but they're bringing the CISO. So I need you on that meeting because they're going to ask a lot of tough questions about cybersecurity." And I said, "Mike, I'm not the cybersecurity expert here." "Well, Rodrigo, that's the problem. We don't have one, so I did what you always do. Pulled an all-nighter. I studied, researched all I could research about the subject. I've learned, I called a few friends, and that's how I became the cybersecurity expert at the company, And ever since that day, my life has been about technology and cybersecurity. And it really became a passion. That's what drives me. That's what really matters to me at the moment is really this convergence of technology and security. Technology is exceedingly important right now. Technology is critical for the future of our society. Technology drives our society. Without cybersecurity, none of that can happen. You cannot do technology. You cannot entrust all of your life, your digital life, to computers and to information systems and not have cybersecurity. So that's what this show is all about our lives, our digital lives, the transformation of our society, and that sweet spot between technology and cybersecurity and our digital life, which is what I call the cyberverse. And I bring also a flavor of the business, because although I'm a technology at heart, I do believe that we can't do technology for technology's sakes. We need to do the technology that advances our society. We need to do the technology that brings benefits to the business, that brings benefits to the people. So it's very important for us to always think about, what does technology bring? How can we use it to enhance our business, our people, our society, our cities? So that's the twist here, not just about technology. We don't need to think any further back than March of 2020, very difficult moment for our country, for our world, in our history, when COVID hit, and then there it was. Technology stepped up. Technology played an incredible role for us to continue living our lives as normal as we could possibly be, to unite us, to keep us together with technology. But that digital world could not have happened without cybersecurity. And since that moment, our world has never been the same. So that's really what we're talking about here, the transformative power of technology. How is it transforming corporations? How it's transforming our lives? How it's transforming our data centers? How it's transforming the big computers? Now everything is going to the cloud. Everything is on the cloud. And how the business of technology is changing. How we had all of these big software packages that companies did as implementations that sold, and now it's all about software as a service. Software subscriptions. Nobody likes software subscriptions, but they are a fact of life. But what are the benefits that software as a service, those software subscriptions, bring to us? We're going to talk about those benefits. Talk about the transformation of the society, the big challenges that brings, and how does that created the cyberverse. The cyberverse, with all of its artificial intelligence, this virtual world that meshes, the cyberverse meshes the virtual reality as well as augmented reality, that new place, that new frontier that our society is about to embark on. Artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality, it's going to transform how our societies behave and how we interact with our technology. And we're just at the beginning of that transformation, the transformation of the cyberverse with artificial intelligence. We're starting to see our first full self-driving cars, although a lot of controversy on that topic, and we will certainly cover it. That is just around the corner. All artificial intelligence is just around the corner. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that intersection of technology, cybersecurity, business, and our lives. And I will be bringing to my show our technology leaders, our business leaders, and our technology visionaries. But it's important to talk to our business leaders. It's all good to talk about to our chief technology officers, to talk about our chief information officers, to our chief information security officers. But we need to talk with the business leaders. We need to talk to the people that this technology is going to benefit, why we are doing this technology. So we will have on this show also the CEOs and the CFOs and the general counsel, all those business leaders that need the technology and need the technology to be as secure as it can be. And we need to create that bridge, the bridge between the world of business and the world of technology. For far too long, technologists and technology people live with their backs turned away to the business. And there's always a difficult conversation. They don't speak the same language. Well, we need to bridge that world. And the CyberVerse Business Report aims at bridging that world, bridging the world of business with the world of technology, the business of technology and the technology of business. That's the CyberVerse Business Reports, and that's what we are going to be talking about. So on every show, we will have a guest, and every show we will have a topic. I will share my thoughts on that topic, and we will talk to our guests. We will jointly discover all the potential, all the possibilities that topic has for our life, how it changes the society and how it changes technology itself. We're not just going to be talking about technology and business. That drives me, and that's my passion. But what also drives me is the world of fitness, and in particular, the world of cycling. I'm a big cyclist, and I think fitness and health plays a very important role. I've always said that I cannot afford not to have time to do my fitness and my workouts. I need those to be a better person and to be a better technology person and to be the better business person. So we need that to improve our business and professional lives. So we need to take care of ourselves, and taking care of ourselves means being healthy. So talking about the fitness, talking about technology, talking about cycling, and I'm going to put here a plug for my Cycling Unbound podcast, a show that I'm also starting and that I will be also hosting. So I'm going to be also talking about that, Cycling Unbound and the CyberVerse Business Report. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And I'm going to ask you to subscribe to our show. Our shows are going to be exciting. At least they're going to be very exciting to me. And my challenge is to make these shows as exciting for me as they are for you. My challenge is to make you as excited as I am about our show and our technology. And I know how exciting my guests will be on this show. So tune into our show, subscribe to our show, and find me on the web. Google is your friend. Look me up. Try rodrigoloureiro.com, cyberverseadvisor.com, or you can just go into LinkedIn or Google, type in my name, type in CyberVerse Advisors, and I'm sure you will be able to find me and the show. I can't wait to bring you some very exciting stories, some very exciting topics, and some really good, great guests. I will see you next week. And until then, stay safe.